Hello YouTube land, thanks for tuning in. So I'm going to do a quick demo and review of, well not really a review but more a demo of the Zoom HL01 Hyperlead because I've not really seen any decent demos of it, and it's a great sounding pedal, really super well made pedal, and I don't think it or the other pedals in its range really get the love and attention that they deserve. I had one of these several years ago along with the UF01 fuzz pedal and the PD01 power drive pedal, which was kind of like a clon sort of thing, and I sold them and regretted it almost immediately, particularly the fuzz pedal. If anyone's selling the fuzz, I do miss that. It was a really nice metallic brown colour, which sounds hideous, but it's actually quite cool. So these pedals, they were released, I think, like late 90s, early noughties, as Zoom's attempt to break into kind of the boutique pedal market. Unfortunately, Zoom had quite a poor reputation at that time for doing very cheap, plasticky, synthetic sounding multi-effects primarily. And yeah, it just came at a bad time, I think, which is a shame because they're really good pedals. Super solidly built. If I just pull these out, so yeah, they come in that quite a big box, come with their manuals, which has obviously sort of shown you how to use it, and also comes with like kind of demo settings for the pedal as well, which I might run through and just give you an idea of what they sound like. Comes with a battery, which is always a nice touch. I don't know whether that would still work okay. It's quite an old battery, I guess, from sort of like 20-year-old battery or something, but it's a nice touch at the time. And the pedal itself, which I think is just really nicely designed, like these little bevels around the edge, and how this bit sort of goes up towards the foot switch and is then kind of milled off to give you this nice sort of silver ring around the button. It's very sturdy, true bypass, which is not that unusual nowadays, but at the time, obviously all these boutique builders were pushing the virtues of true bypass, which is whatever. I suppose not having a buffer in the pedal is better than having a really bad buffer, but yeah, whatever. It's not a big hit or miss really whether it's got a buffer or not, but it's a nice touch, I suppose. So gain level, nice 4-band EQ, well 3-band EQ, but you can sweep the mids, so that's really cool on its own. Like the EQ section is really good, and I think that was common between the other pedals as well. I don't know so much on the fuzz, possibly, but yeah, it's a really nice touch. So you can actually get some quite nice sort of low gain stuff, almost like I wouldn't say a clean boost, but you can get like a boost sort of thing. So you can kind of run it as a preamp in a way. Just use the EQ to like change your sound, or you can get some really nice saturated distortion sounds. Yeah, so I'm going to run it through my Laney LC30 combo, which is a 30 watt 1x12 Class A amp. Preamp section on it is based on the JCM 800. Power amp section, I believe, might be a Vox or Vox alike. It's fairly stock. The speaker's been changed to a Celestion VC30, I believe, and the preamp and power amp tubes are JJ Tesla valves, which they're the cryogenic ones as well, which basically means it just breaks up a little bit earlier and the overdrive is a bit nicer on it, but I won't be using that today. I'll use the crunch channel on the amp, but I'll run it clean just because I prefer that over the clean channel, which is super like Fender clean. I prefer to have it just a bit more open and not quite as needle sharp as the standard clean channel, and I'll run into it either my Fender 90s Strat, which has got original Fender lace center pickups on it. They're the gold lace centers, so it's kind of like Clapton sort of esque. And I've also got my homemade Tele, which is just a standard Tele, basically, with Tone Rider pickups in it. Yeah, and I'll be recording it on a condenser mic about 2 feet, no, maybe about 1.5 feet away from the speaker. That'll go into a Focusrite preamp and into PreSonus Studio One. And yeah, thanks for listening so far. Please don't judge me too harshly on my playing. It's all about the sounds, right? Here's a clean sound. Gone for a slightly lower gain setting on this, so the gain's turned down quite a long way. The volume's up a little bit to compensate for that, and we've adjusted the EQ, so a little bit more treble, a little bit more bass, and scooped the mids a little bit, adjusting the range on that. Here's the clean sound. So for this, gone for a higher gain sound. So the gain's up, not quite full, but sort of, 3/4 of the way there. Adjusted the sort of trebles almost at noon, and so it's the bass, and just adjusted the mids, so it's sort of cutting out a little bit of the sort of lower mids. And yeah, so here's a clean sound. So for this one, this is a suggestion in the manual actually, which is called Glitter Midrange. So yeah, we've got the gain at max, we've got the treble at max, we've got the bass at max. So the middle's on minimum, and the range control basically sweeps through, you know, where we're cutting out the mids. I know cutting the mids is a bit of a no-no, but there's some interesting sort of stuff going on there. Certainly like metal-y sort of sounds, you know, depending on, it's not really my thing, but you know, it sounds quite metal-y. And there's quite an interesting range going on through there. It's one of the things that would be quite cool on a kind of expression pedal, I guess. It kind of acts like a wah, so it's yeah. Anyway, here we go. So yeah, clean tone. Okay, so swapped guitar for this for no particular reason. Got another high gain setting, the mids are maxed out, and just using the range control to tweak that. Trebles, you know, sort of quite high, bass almost at noon. Yeah, so here we go. Sorry, here's the clean tone. this I've turned the gain down onto minimum, and adjusted the EQ controls as such, if you can see that. So it doesn't do like super clean, but it will do like very low gain, and it's quite responsive to your picking dynamics, so you can sort of just play gently and clean it up a little bit, or you can like really hit into it and drive it a bit more. So yeah, so here's a clean sound.